good clean pull-ups. So again, clap your feet. Oh my God. Yo guys, welcome to Astro Fitness. Today I'm going to show you the fastest way to get your first pull-up. If you're just getting into calisthenics and you can't do a single pull-up yet, then don't worry, I've got you in this video because I'm going to show you exactly the steps that you need to take to get that first pull-up. This isn't a video based on theory, this is a video based on fact, because after I had my accident in Vietnam, after I fell off my moped and I couldn't even lift my shoulder, I got reset to 0. I couldn't do a single pull-up. So everything that I'm going to tell you in this video is exactly based on real experience. It's exactly what I did to get myself back on the bar and to get my first pull-up again. So the first thing you're gonna need is a pull-up bar. You can get one of these on Amazon. In fact, I will put a link in the description to this one that I got. This isn't like a product endorsement or anything. I'm just saying that you need a home pull-up bar, because if you can't do a pull-up yet, maybe you feel a little bit insecure about that. Maybe you don't feel comfortable doing it in a gym or outside in a park. So it really helps to just have a home pull-up bar so that you can practice it at home, because also consistency when you're getting your first pull-up is the key. This will just help you be a little bit more consistent, because you can just hang it up in your doorway and use it whenever you're walking around the house or before bed or first thing in the morning, whatever your routine will allow. So yeah, get yourself a home pull-up bar if you want to learn the pull-up. So what you can do is very easily just fix it in the door like that. So once you've got it assembled in the door, the next thing you need is a little stool. So I'm gonna grab this little guy, put him in front of the door. You can put him in front of the door or in the doorway itself. But the reason why you want a stool if you can't do your first pull-up yet is because it will just help you build up the strength to get that first pull-up. So the stool, what you want to do is perch 2 feet on the stool like that, holding the pull-up bar about shoulder width like this. And what you want to do is literally, if you can't do your first pull-up, just hold your body weight like this. It might look easy, but if you struggle to hold your body weight at all, then this can actually be quite a challenging exercise. So you just want to hold yourself in the doorway like this, and you want to hold yourself here for 30 seconds. That's the key. You want to do 4 sets of 30 seconds, and you just want to be making sure that you're hanging with an active hang. So an active hang, let me show you the difference. Rather than, in fact I'm going to turn around and show you the difference. So rather than hanging passively, which is where you are just letting all of your weight hang, you're not engaging any muscles, you're literally just hanging from the bar. That is what a passive hang looks like. An active hang, on the other hand, is you engage your scapula and you're hanging actively. You're engaging your back muscles and you're making sure that everything is nice and engaged. So when you're doing your hang, you don't want to be hanging passively. You don't want to have your shoulders right by your ears. You don't want to be kind of relaxed when you're doing this. You want to make sure that your back is nice and engaged, your scapula is down like this, and you want to make sure that you're locked into place. You don't, again, this is a passive hang, this is an active hang. You want to make sure that you're hanging actively, because that will essentially just train the muscles in your back to get used to hanging from the bar, and then the strength that you get from that will translate into being able to do a pull-up later on down the line. So again, just to recap, you want both feet on the stool and you want to be hanging here for 4 sets of 30 seconds. Now, when you get comfortable with that, the next thing to do is do the same thing, use the stool again, but instead use one leg. So once you can hold 4 sets of 30 seconds easily, the key word here is easily, because you don't want to move on too quickly. You want to make sure that you're really comfortable with the progression that you started with first. So you want to make sure that you're super comfortable doing that. So once you can do the 4 sets of 30 seconds hold, again, holding actively, active hanging, what you want to do next is try it with one leg. So again, active hang, keeping everything engaged, keeping your lats engaged, keeping your upper back and your scapula engaged, keeping it nice and active. You want to try it with one leg. This will make it a little bit harder. Again, this is what I did. So I tried to build up the strength very, very slowly. You want to hold with one leg on the bench like this, and then you want to alternate. So again, like this, and you want to do 30 seconds per leg. So make sure you're doing it. So again, you probably want to aim for about 6 sets, because I guess you'll be doing 3 on each side. So you want to make sure that you're doing it nice and evenly. So 30 seconds here, you can give yourself a little bit of a break once you've done those 30 seconds. And then again, get back on there, do your extra 30 seconds, give yourself another little break. Again, 30 seconds, other leg, break, etc. So you want to do, I would say, about 6 sets of those. Again, you're just building up your endurance and also building up your strength, because doing it one-legged will help to build up that strength because you don't have both of your feet on the bench anymore. You've only got one on there. So again, that will put a little bit more tension on your muscles, and then it will just help build up that strength for the first pull-up. Once you've got that, then you can successfully remove the bench, and then you can go for the hang. So what you want to do, again, hang actively. Don't hang passively where your shoulders are right up against your ears. Make sure you're an active hang, and then what you want to do is just lift your feet off the floor. Here, the important thing to remember is you don't want to have your knees out in front of you yet, because that will make it much harder. So what you can do instead is you can simply just hang with your feet behind you and your knees towards the floor like this. Again, hanging actively, making sure that everything's engaged. Don't hang passively, nice and active. That's where you want to be, like that. Again, you want to hold that for 4 sets of 30 seconds. The reason why I keep banging on about 4 sets of 30 seconds is because I used to train 3 sets a lot, but I feel like 4 sets really ingrains the movement into your muscle memory much better than just doing 3 sets. So 4 sets is my optimal. You can try 3 sets if you want to, but I'd recommend 4 because yeah, you really ingrain that movement into your muscle memory. So when you can hang just like that easily for 4 sets of 30 seconds, what you want to do next is you want to hang with your knees in front of you. So like I said, that just makes it a little bit harder. So again, active hang, and you just want to hang with your knees in front of you like that. I trained abs today, so I'm shaking a little bit. But yes, that will just, again, make it a little bit harder, but having your knees out in front of you will not only help to engage your core, because when you're doing your pull-ups, you will be engaging your core as well. Although it is a very back dominant and bicep dominant movement, you are also engaging your core, and you need your core to stabilize yourself. So this will just help to build up the strength to help stabilize yourself when you're doing your pull-ups, but it will also place a little bit more tension on your back muscles, because having your legs out in front of you will just naturally put more tension on your lats, on your upper back, also on your forearms, and again on your core. So again, that will just help to give you that extra muscular strength and muscular endurance, which will then translate into later on being able to do the full pull-up. That's why I recommend getting a door pull-up bar, because you can do all of this at home. Again, if you feel quite insecure about kind of working out in front of other people, I don't know, maybe in your local workout area, in your local calisthenics park, you've got some really like good athletes and you're like, oh God, I can't do a single pull-up. I don't want to even get on the bar because I feel kind of ashamed or embarrassed or whatever. That's why it's really a good idea just to get one of these, because you can just do it in the comfort of your own home. You can build up the strength in your bedroom or wherever it is. Then you can take yourself out to the bar, and then you'll be able to kind of feel a little bit more comfortable. So again, if you haven't got one, get one of these. But equally, if you don't have a door pull-up bar, then you can just use the bar in your local park, or you can use the bar at your local gym. If you feel comfortable to do that, then go ahead, do that, because it's exactly the same procedure. Make sure that you're just holding 4 sets of 30 seconds each time, and make sure that before you progress on to the next progression, it's easy for you to hold that 30 seconds. Now we're gonna head outside, because in order to progress to the full pull-up, then you're gonna have to get a resistance band, and what we're gonna do is just attach a resistance band to the bar outside, and I'm gonna show you how to do that outside on the bar. So once you've mastered hanging from a pull-up bar with your knees out in front of you, the next step is to use a resistance band and loop that around the top of a proper pull-up bar. And then what you can do is you can put 1 foot or 2 feet inside the resistance band, and what this is going to do is basically just allow you to take a lot of your own body weight off so that you can perform the pull-up easier. So bring it down to your foot like that. Hold the pull-up bar like this. Hold onto the bar with an active hang. Don't passive hang. Make sure everything's nice and engaged. Keep that scapula locked in and hang with an active hang. Keep your core engaged, and then what you want to do is you just want to pull up nice and smooth until your chin clears the bar, and then come down again. The resistance band is going to make this much easier for you. So make sure that you're coming up with a lot of control, keeping that core engaged, and make sure that everything's nice and smooth. Keep everything engaged at all time. Remember to breathe. So that's what you can do to, again, once you have mastered the hanging with your knees out in front of you, then the next thing you want to do is practice those pull-ups. Again, this time rather than going for seconds, because up until this point you've been going for 4 sets of 30 seconds, now you want to be going for reps. So ideally, you might only be able to do 1 or 2 reps of this at the beginning, but you want to aim for 10 easy reps. Once you can do 10 easy reps, then you'll be ready to try the full pull-up. But in order to strengthen your muscles in preparation for that, because it might still take a little bit of time once you are on this stage to build up to the full pull-up. So you can do a couple of complementary exercises to help build the muscular strength and muscular endurance to achieve the full pull-up. The first thing you can do is a pull-up static hold, where you pull up and have your chin above the bar for 10 seconds. This will basically just help to build the muscular endurance so that you can, next time you come to the bar, you can bang out a set of good clean pull-ups. So again, clap your feet. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I'm not going to provide the link to this resistance band in the description. I don't know where we're going to go with this. So the first thing you want to do is a pull-up static hold, where you pull up and have your chin above the bar for 10 seconds. Again, this is just going to build the muscular endurance and the muscular strength. So when you have finished your initial set of pull-ups and you can't do any more, this is just a great way to bolster your muscular endurance and strength, so that the next time you come to the bar, you'll be able to do those pull-ups a little bit easier. So that looks like this. I'm praying that this doesn't break again. So when you're locked into position, what you want to do is you want to pull up, keeping your core engaged, and just have your chin above the bar for 10 seconds. And you want to hold this, again, remembering to breathe at the top, nice and solid for 10 seconds. And once you've done that, come down, and again. And you want to do about 4 sets of those. Again, you know I love my 4 sets, and you just want to ingrain that nice and deep into your muscle memory, so that next time you get on the bar, it'll be easier for you to bang out that initial set of pull-ups. And then once you get fatigued, and once you get too fatigued and you can't do any more of those, then you can hold those 4 sets of 10 seconds just to ingrain that in your muscle memory. The next little complementary exercise that we do have is, if you've got a lower pull-up bar, a great exercise you can do is the negative pull-up. So what you can do is you can start just by jumping up. So you don't have to pull yourself up, because obviously if you can't do the pull-up yet, then you can just jump up to kind of get yourself into the position, and then you can lower yourself down. So what you do, you just jump up, lock yourself into place, and try and lower down as slowly and as controlled as possible. And then again, you can jump up using your legs, and then lower down as slowly and controlled as possible. Again, you can do that in combination with the static pull-up hold and with the pull-up reps with the resistance band. Once you get comfortable with those, the last step is of course the final pull-up. I'm sure you've seen loads of tutorials on the pull-up already, but I'll just go through it again for you, for your convenience. So when you do your pull-up, what you want to do, I'll move this out of the way. You want to make sure that you're hanging with an active hang as per usual, as always. Don't hang with a passive hang. Make sure everything's nice and engaged. Again, this is a passive hang, this is an active hang. Then what you want to do is engage your core. This will just stop you from swinging. And then what you want to do, again, you would have built up the strength to be able to do this by now. You just want to pull up, keeping your elbows. I like to keep my elbows at about a kind of 45-degree angle. So not too wide out and not too far in, kind of midway in between. So what you then want to do, engage your core, hang with an active hang, and then pull up nice and fluidly until your chin clears the bar, and then come back down. Again, you're getting a lot of that strength from your primarily your lats and upper back, but also you're using a lot of your biceps and a lot of your forearm strength to pull you up. And again, make sure you keep that core engaged to stop you from swinging around. So yes, that is how you get your first pull-up. That is how I got my first pull-up after my injury. So I know that for a fact it really, really works. Try it out. If you can't pull up yet, make sure you do everything step by step, exactly how I've explained it in this video, because it really, really does help, and I guarantee you, you will get your first pull-up. So yes, thank you for watching. This has been Ashton with Ashton Fitness. Remember to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Now let's get it. Hey.